Hello everybody! Today I'm going to be doing a review on a book I really enjoyed, and that is Americanah by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. The story is told from two points of view: Ifemelu, the main character, and Obinze. They are two Nigerians who meet at school and fall in love. Soon after they met, their education was put on hold because of civil unrest in the country. So they decide that they're going to go to America and study there. Ifemelu will go there first, and Obinze will follow her short after. Once Ifemelu arrives in the United States, she is introduced to two concepts that she's never really had to deal with before: culture shock and racism. She struggles a bit financially and emotionally as well, and an event happens that causes her to break contact with Obinze. Meanwhile, because of continued civil unrest in Nigeria, Obinze is not able to get a visa and go to the United States. And this is a real blow to him, and he really struggles with being, I guess, stuck in Nigeria. And he decides he's going to go anyway, except he's going to go illegally. So he becomes an undocumented immigrant in the UK. Unfortunately, he is caught and deported back to Nigeria. Flash forward several years, and Ifemelu is now a popular blogger. She writes about her experiences with racism. And Obinze is now a wealthy Nigerian businessman. He also has met someone and started a family. Ifemelu has dated here and there, and she's currently in a committed relationship with a man named Blaine. When Ifemelu decides to move back to Nigeria after 15 years of being in the United States, they meet again, except their circumstances are very different. And after meeting again, they both have a very serious decision to make. This book is written from both of their perspectives. The story begins in the present, where Ifemelu has decided that she's moving back to Nigeria after 15 years. The book then jumps back and forth from past to present, kind of explaining and describing how the last 15 years have shaped both Ifemelu and Obinze. And then obviously it culminates with them meeting 15 years later. Now, this book is a very hard book to sum up, because there's so much more going on than just a typical love story. It also deals with themes about identity, culture, racism, and coming into your own. These are not easy issues to talk about, and I feel that this is where Adichie really shines, because you don't feel overwhelmed with all of the different struggles that the characters are facing. She uses dialogue, blog excerpts from Ifemelu's blog, and different little scenes where you can really see the experiences that Ifemelu and Obinze are going through to introduce these difficult themes and give them dimension. They're really well done, and this is why I really fell in love with the story and with Adichie's writing, because she's able to do it all. She can give you a love story, she can make you think, she can make you feel sympathetic towards these characters. She challenges you, and it's still a fun read. She's also able to write characters that you can relate to. Characters are not cookie cutter here. They make mistakes, they have their flaws. Mainly the main characters, they have tons of flaws. They make choices that make you think, well, why are you doing that, or why are you reacting that way? But when you really look at it, they're very human reactions. You know, this is something you expect a real person in this situation to act like, and that really made them real to me. Even though they had all these flaws, they were still likable characters, and you were still rooting for them. Another thing I enjoyed about Adichie's writing is she has this ability to write about places and settings where you feel like you are there. Nigeria becomes kind of a character all on its own. It's written in such vivid detail, and there's so many layers that Adichie brings to the story that it's not just, oh, Ifemelu went home. You know, there is so many great descriptions. Everything changes when we're in Nigeria in the book, and that is something that I love. Adichie is able to transport us to the UK, to America, to Nigeria. She's also able to go back and forth from past to present, and you're not lost in the middle of it. You are with the characters every step of the way. That said, there were a couple of things that I wish would have been a little different with this book. And the first thing is the length. I feel like it could have really been cut down. Some minor characters could have been left out, or even 100 pages could have been cut out, and it wouldn't have taken away from the story. However, I also understand Adichie was trying to cover 15 years of history, and that's not going to be a short book. I also wish that there would have been some sort of epilogue or something like that where we see what happens after Ifemelo and Obinze make their decision. By that time, I've been with these characters for what feels like 15 years, and I've been rooting for them all this time, and they've gone through so much apart and together that I kind of wanted to see what happened once everything came to fruition and once that decision was made. I think it would have added something really nice to the story. Overall, I really enjoyed this book. I read it a few weeks ago and the characters are still fresh in my mind. Everything just came back so quickly because I was so immersed in this story and so involved with these characters' lives. It was really easy to think back on what I had read and what I loved and what I didn't like, and those are the best books for me, the ones that really stick with you and you learn from. I recommend this book to anybody who loves coming-of-age stories, love stories that are not wrapped up in little bows but are still special, amazing writing, and anybody who doesn't shy away from hard-hitting issues like racism and immigration as it exists today. I hope you enjoyed this review. Let me know in the comments if you've read Americanah or anything else by Adichie. I plan to read everything that she's written so far. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time.